amazes me how the right wing just loves to talk about how people are reacting to situations in this country. But it's not a surprise. Now, LeBron James tweeted out a photo of the police officer, the Columbus police officer that was involved in the killing of an African American girl. Now, I've said and maintained on these videos that there's a possibility that that shooting may be justified. But I keep maintaining that this guy couldn't shoot her in the leg, shoot her in the arm. He couldn't even de-escalate the situation. An argument for later, but an argument that we definitely need to make, and then one that's going to be made. But LeBron James tweeted out the photo of the police officer who did the shooting. He said something along the lines of, "You're next," considering that we had Derek Chauvin convicted of killing George Floyd. He assumes that he's going to be next. And he later on deleted the tweet. Before he did, some prominent right-wing nut jobs out there in the Senate and Congress, and especially one other person, actually had to comment on that, calling it a bunch of crap. Actually trying to make it into a threat. Now, this is Senator Tom Cotton. Yeah, Tom Cotton. The Tom Cotton. He says, and I quote on his Twitter account, "LeBron James is inciting violence against an Ohio police officer. This is disgraceful and dangerous. Is the NBA okay with this? It's Twitter." Do you really want to go there, Cotton? Do you seriously want to go there? After the crap you and your Republicans pulled in January, during and before January 6th, you want to talk about inciting violence? Your man is responsible. Donald Trump is responsible for inciting the very violence you think that LeBron James is inciting. But I'm not surprised at this. I'm not surprised at this at all. But it just gets worse. A congressman, Representative Mike Loychek, I don't know who the guy is. I never heard of him either. Anyway, he says, and I quote from his Twitter page, "People like LeBron and his friends on the left are driving good people away from careers in law enforcement. This is the exact opposite of how to improve policing." Really? So LeBron James is driving good people away from policing. It isn't Derek Chauvin who's doing this. It's not anyone else doing this. It's LeBron James who's driving people away from policing. No, it's not. Derek Chauvin, corrupt cops, police officers who are crossing the line and getting away with it with impunity are driving good people away from policing and law enforcement. That's not, the fact is this. I'm going to just use myself as an example. I wanted to be a police officer. Fact is, I couldn't get through. The fact is, I couldn't. And the fact is, I didn't because the corruption that lets police officers off the hook when it comes to shooting unarmed African Americans, unarmed citizens. Because I don't want anyone out there to think that this is just a black problem. But unarmed American citizens becomes a problem, and I'm worried that I might cross the line. And I might get punished for it. And everyone else around me doesn't get punished for it because of their skin color. Now again, I have none but the greatest respect for police officers. I've worked with police officers most of my employed life. But right now, the law enforcement in this country needs to radically change when it comes to dealing with African Americans. When it comes to dealing with citizens, let me put it that way, citizens, not just citizens of color, but citizens of the of their cities. Because, like I said before, it's not just a black problem. It's an American problem. It needs to be fixed. But here's the last comment, and you obviously know who it's going to be. It's going to be the jackass, Donald Trump. His statement. Statement by Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States of America. Sounds really, official. It's just too bad that he didn't actually take the job seriously as he took the title seriously. I don't think he took the title seriously. Anyway, let me get my voice right. LeBron James should focus on basketball rather than presiding over the destruction of the NBA, which has recorded the lowest television ratings by far, the lowest ratings in the long and distinguished history of the league. His racist rants are nasty, insulting, and demeaning. He may be a great basketball player. Yeah, he's a great basketball player. But he is doing nothing to bring our country together. And you're an expert on bringing our country together. I'm assuming you believe that you're bringing our country together since you got an entire country, well, at least a good portion of it, believing that the election was stolen from you. Since you believe that the entire country, that you brought the country together on January 6th to overthrow an election you lost. That's bringing the country together, Trump? What an idiot. Anyway, I'm not going to waste my time directly on Trump. We know the history. I got 4 years of history about you bringing our country together. I'm not going to waste my time on that. LeBron James responded by first deleting his original tweet and tweeting this. I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. I'm so desperate for more accountability. Real quick on this, because I'm running out of time. Real quick, I believe in what LeBron just said in that last tweet. He deleted the tweet, and he understood what it meant. But the fact is, the right wing, they like to twist everything we say. Ever since Derek Chauvin was convicted, I've been called racist for celebrating it. I've been called racist for making sure they're saying that this guy isn't the first, but he's going to be the next. That someone else is going to be next and being held accountable when it comes to police. He's brutality. When it comes to death by police. I've been called everything in the book. Fox News has done everything they can. Candace Owens has done everything she can to say that we're celebrating this because it means we can go crazy. We can commit any crime we want. Let's get something straight here. You're not going to twist our words around to fit your agenda. You're not going to say we did all this because Derek Chauvin wasn't guilty. Everything was stacked against him. Police should be afraid and everything else. We're doing this because people are dying, and it's becoming very obvious that a lot of you out there, a lot of the right-wingers, a lot of the Trumpers, a lot of the back the blue, back the badge bullshitters out there don't give a shit. Well, now, if you don't give a shit, we're going to force you to. And you're not going to like how the end of that story is going to pan out. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you hate LeBron James for speaking out, but that's your problem. My problem, our problem, is making sure cops are held to the standards that they are when they put on the badge. If that's a problem with you, then the great words of Jack Nicholson, I don't give a shit. Obviously, everyone out there knows the final episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has already been downloaded to Disney Plus. It is now streaming. And it was incredible. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for you here, but I am making a special tribute video to this show. Hopefully, we'll get a season 2. That's all I'm going to say on that here. But it was amazing. If you're a Marvel fan, or if you're not a Marvel fan, this show in itself will make you one. If you haven't seen any of the movies for the last 11 years, it was incredible. I'm sorry if I keep repeating. It was incredible. It was amazing. The fact is, it was. Now, you may not hear from me in the next few days because I'm making this video, this tribute to the Falcon and Winter Soldier. But if you don't, I haven't gone off the grid. Nothing's wrong. I'm just focusing on making this video. It's going to take me a little bit of time because there's a lot I want to say for this. And hopefully, I'm praying that YouTube doesn't pull the video off the air, because already I've seen videos spoiling the final episodes, spoiling the entire series actually. So with any kind of luck, you'll see me in a couple of days. He's here with a special presentation on on Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Till then, I'll see you when I see you. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.